GC News, Beba Obidia Aquawa, Habia latest hot news in Kwa, and I'm a Bremo. Anything so we subscribe with Bobonia say we will subscribe to the channel. No, there we are say over click the subscribe button. Now we barely notification. We understand new video be uploaded. When the first person that was a Becca a video, I feel we are now like video don't give us a thumbs up. Now feel. Share my offer for us now. When you be here, I will somewhere else. I will Ghana memoir. I feel you here a similar avatar yet so. I the president and I don't quite Akufo Addo with the assembly to that. Now, no, I'm gonna for Benemus and I was a woman pen commercial. Wapoka say a year and young Kuma, one the founder of Ghana, and if I do become one, a boy might me a founder Ghana. England say your founders day. Can you name me a Pacosen a year the president? Another than Akufo Addo or Babben and one base to the founders day. They say every August. Of the when the ASR founders day. Then I quite a assembly. Now, you criteria and somewhere the president. Another than Akufo Addo. And the two that we except of me some kind, but be I can say I reject completely. But I say I reject the notion that Ghana was founded by one man. To say Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Say Nkrumah founded Ghana and the only Ghana for Yabi. But reject it completely. Now, Inti said they were there a year's assembly to the Abana or address Ghana for Inti and so on.
Recognize that true freedom could only be achieved through political action and the mobilization of the masses. They worked tirelessly to educate and inspire the people, organizing rallies and meetings to raise awareness about the need for independence. Their message resonated with Ghanaians from all walks of life, sparking a movement that would eventually lead to the liberation of our nation, encompassing the birth of the Convention People's Party, CPP, which led us on the final lap of our journey to freedom. Tomorrow, as we commemorate these historical milestones, we pay tribute to successive generations of Ghanaians who contributed to the attainment of our national independence. It is most appropriate that we have chosen this date to honor their sacrifices, their resilience, and their strong dedication to the ideals of freedom and justice. I speak to you this evening, rejecting completely the notion that Ghana was founded by one man. Whilst Kwame Nkrumah's contributions to our independence are undeniable and unassailable, it is important to acknowledge for our self-respect that the struggle for our nation's freedom was a collective effort spanning several generations. The formation of the Aborigines Rights Protection Society, the British West African National Congress, jointly sponsored by Joseph Casely Hayford and Thomas Hatton Mills, the United Gold Coast Convention, the work of countless unsung heroes, and the tenacious spirit of our people all played vital parts in bringing us to freedom and independence. Kwame Nkrumah, with his charismatic visionary leadership, was undoubtedly a major actor in the final lap of our journey to independence. And that is why, despite the several unfortunate things that happened after independence under his watch, Parliament in 2019 decided to memorialize his date of birth as Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Day, the only Ghanaian so far to be so honored in our history.
You waiting for say that yeah, the president and another Akufo Addo and 72. Now, I don't know Ghana for be na cassette say we the one who say Umpe Nkrumah self crack. Ibiana ye 2 CD Nkrumah portrait picture that's when say 2 CD paper ye from and say Kwen na ye this you want to be Akoto na about Akoto the same to the Akufo Addo then some of kind also edit some of the figure what say wa Ghana phone show no Umpe Nkrumah accept so when some the president and another Akufo Addo edit to that also input ye ni sama what they etuda inti also ni sama.
To pick a phone right now, go on to Google and search for Kwame Nkrumah demonstration. If not today, I didn't know there were more than 10 key members that led the Kwame Nkrumah demonstration. But anytime you mention Kwame Nkrumah demonstration, Nana Akufo Addo name comes up. That demonstration is considered to be one of the biggest ever organized in Ghana, with over 100,000 people. Kwesi, Pratt, Blóody and Co all were leading members of that demonstration. But any time that demonstration is mentioned, they credit it to Nana Akufo Addo, and he brags about it. I believe it's even in his CV. Is Nana Akufo Addo a last born? Those of you who know him, is he a last born? That man is too petty. You have fought this issue of Kwame Nkrumah since you became president in 2016, to the extent that you even had to erase the 2 cedis note from circulation. I believe it was this hatred for Kwame Nkrumah that made you to take away that note. And you are trying so hard to take away what belongs to the man. You are fighting a ghost. Why are you fighting Nkrumah, Mr. President? Today, as I said, Kwame Nkrumah, when they mention you and Kwame Nkrumah are synonymous, and you take those accolades, why are you taking accolades for? You didn't even organize that program. I heard you were made to speak that day. But some of the pictures, you are in the lead together with other prominent people in Ghana, but all credits were given to you. Why haven't you rejected those credits? You have enjoyed it over the years. You don't want Kwame Nkrumah to enjoy. We all learned about what happened prior to independence and the role each people played. Please, you can't rewrite history, Mr. President. We don't care whether you're a last born or not. Look at the hate with which you were talking. You are addressing Ghana on Founders Day or concerning Founders Day. And instead of you to eulogize Kwame Nkrumah, you are there saying, I reject completely. You can't even hide your feelings, Kakrampo. Mr. President, you can't hide your feelings. And then, it's too much. Go back to apartheid. For how many years did South Africans fight apartheid? Nelson Mandela was not the only person that led apartheid. Nelson Mandela was in prison for over 20 years, and still the apartheid was going on. The fight for freedom continued. So many people died. But at the end of the day, when you mention apartheid, it is Nelson Mandela that comes out. And Nelson Mandela, if he's alive today, would never say that it was his sole effort that won them independence or won the fight against apartheid. Why are you doing this? If you want, change everything. You have some few months to leave office. When you leave, we'll change it back. Nkrumah deserves what he deserves. Pray that we don't erase you as a president of Ghana. The hate is too much and it's so obvious. Munja is Mr. Petty President. Good afternoon.
You're waiting for waiting somewhere a year or edit and somewhere the president, another than Akufo Addo edit Kojo the secretary of founders. I reject completely the notion that one person founded Ghana. There's Nkrumah and the founded Ghana and you want Ghana for Yagi. So just said, Padigo, the Kahun, and you found a year Ghana. Now, you could see a year Pratt Junior, also the Abako Center Atuga for a year. Dr. Osadefo Nkrumah, Kwame Nkrumah, a year and similar year, Pratt Junior, Eddie Tuga, in zone.
And to the development of Ghana and Africa is not new. After the 1966 coup, intellectuals, including vice chancellors in our universities and so on, gathered books written by Nkrumah and about Nkrumah and burned them in bonfires. They thought about burning Nkrumah's books and books about him, they would manage to retreat Nkrumah completely from our history. They failed. After the 1966 coup, all people who were associated with Nkrumah and his dreams, who had worked with Nkrumah, were arrested and imprisoned without charge or trial. And these are people who talk about Preventive Detention Act. Some of those people who were arrested after the coup, detained without charge or trial, include Madam Lucy Enin, one of the very first women parliamentarians in Ghana. She's still alive. Ask people like Auntie Boko, the first tractor driver, woman tractor driver in Ghana, and they will tell you what happened to them. Pregnant women were locked up in detention without trial or charge. They delivered in the prisons. CPP leaders were shot and killed without charge or trial. That's what they did. That is what they did. Look, in 1969, Parliament sat under a certificate of urgency. Parliament sat under a certificate of urgency and banned the printing, possession, and circulation of Nkrumah's photograph. All of us sitting in this studio, you see the montage. If we had done this in 1969, sat under Nkrumah's photograph, we would be in prison. That's the extent to which they went. Look, one of Nkrumah's closest associates, Boy Moses, they caught him, put him in a cage, human being, they put him in a cage, and tied the cage to a truck and drove him through the principal streets of Accra. That's what they did. So what they're doing now is even nothing. Today, that we can meet, we can have a program called Alaji and Alaji, which signature tune is full of praises for Nkrumah, shows that they have been defeated. And we shall continue to defeat them day after day, month after month, year after year. We will defeat them all the time. Nobody can erase Nkrumah's place in our history. Nobody can do that. You know, all that they are doing, changing, moving Founders Day to 4th August, cancelling July 1st as a holiday and so on, all that is like kicking against a rock with your bare feet. The only person who suffers is yourself. You hurt your feet. The rock is there forever. You can't hurt the rock. And in this circumstance, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is the rock. Let them kick against the rock with their bare feet. You see, these are the people who talk about Preventive Detention Act. They should ask themselves how the Preventive Detention Act came into being. These were exploding bombs in stadia. They were killing innocent girls. They were killing school children. They were killing mothers and so on. These were terrorists. You understand? These were the Osama bin Ladens of that era. Bloody murderers. Reckless murderers. Irresponsible murderers who were not willing to play by the game. After attempting to kill Nkrumah, after bombing school children and so on, they were expecting Kwame Nkrumah to carry a bouquet of flowers and give to them and kiss them on both cheeks. It would never happen. It would never happen. Today, they can turn around and say that the Nkrumah government was a one-party dictatorship. Why? Go and read this book by Jack Mahoney, JFK or Deal in Africa. Go and read from page 185 onwards. Their closest ally was President Boakye of La Côte d'Ivoire. Was he presiding over a two-party state? Was he presiding over a multi-party system? The man who gave them the bombs to come and explode in Ghana and so on, the man in whose country they took sanctuary, was one of the worst dictators of Africa, but they had no problems with it because it served their purpose. You understand? It served their purpose. They claim that they overthrew Kwame Nkrumah because Ghana was a one-party state. That's a lie. Mensah, long before the declaration of independence on 6 March 1957, they started their plots to kill Kwame Nkrumah. Read the history. Nkrumah used to stay near the Malata market in Accra with his mother. They bombed the house. When they were bombing Nkrumah's house near the Malata market, was Ghana a one-party state? The first coup d'etat, which was planned by Awate, Aramposa, and others, occurred when Ghana was a fully fledged multi-party democracy. Today, they claim that Nkrumah alone could not have founded Ghana and that they were all involved in it. The historical record is there. They sent K.A. Busia to London to go and plead with the British not to go. They shouldn't go. Ghana was not ready for independence. All right? Then the people who were opposed to independence, who sent K.A. Busia to London to go and plead with the British not to grant us independence because we were not ready, want to claim credit for our independence. And it makes me sick and tired of these people. They sit down and they claim that, oh, as Nkrumah, he was only invited to come and join and so on. That's the biggest lie anybody can tell. Before 1947, 1948, Nkrumah was an icon on the world stage, struggling for the liberation of all of Africa from the yoke of colonialism. Indeed, Nkrumah was the secretary to the 5th Pan-African Congress, which was held in Manchester, which declared that all Africans everywhere needed to be liberated from colonialism and that Africa needed to unite under the banner of socialism. And he did that with Padmore, with Makoni, with Du Bois and others. Nkrumah was already known on the world stage, was active on the world stage. Those UGCC elements were not known beyond Accra, Sorpon, and Takoradi. Nkrumah was acting on the world stage. What is this? In any case, when Nkrumah came to Ghana, the UGCC had already been formed. It was a club of elite lawyers and merchants operating in Accra, Sorpon, and Sekendi. Within a year, Nkrumah transformed it into the first mass-based political party in Africa, establishing branches all over the country, through Ashanti, through the north, through Volta, everywhere, building a dynamic youth wing, building a dynamic women's wing, linking it up with the workers' struggles and so on. They were asleep before Nkrumah came here. It was Nkrumah who transformed the UGCCC into a mass-based political party. That is why, when in 1949, Nkrumah and the CPP broke away from the UGCC became an empty shell. The first elections in 1951, the CPP won 32 out of 34 seats. The people of Ghana showed who they wanted and rejected those they wanted to reject. All this noise about J.B. Dankwa and so on. My brother, can you believe? J.B. Dankwa never won an election in Ghana. That's even too much. He never won an election in Kibi. Even in his hometown, the people of his own hometown rejected him. He couldn't win an election in Kibi. He was defeated by a people teacher in an election in Kibi. Why? The people made their verdict very clear. The verdict of the people was loud and clear. J.B. Dankwa himself, in 1948, addressed a rally at Swedro with Kwame Nkrumah. The speech is available in the historical record. J.B. Dankwa told the people of Swedro that if all the leaders of the UGCC would betray them, he was sure that as for Kwame Nkrumah, he would never betray them. These are J.B. Dankwa's words. Not my words. These are J.B. Dankwa's words. You understand? Why? Who declared Ghana independent? Who declared Ghana independent? Was it J.B. Dankwa? Was it J.B. Dankwa? You see, you do all these things and you compel people to go back into history and bring the record. Mensah, go back to history. J.B. Dankwa's proposal for naming Ghana. You know the name J.B. Dankwa proposed? J.B. Dankwa proposed that what we know as Ghana today should be called Akan land. Akan land. Go and check the history. So when we talk about Ghana, don't bring J.B. Dankwa inside at all. Don't waste our years. Don't waste our time. You know, Nkrumah was the founder of Ghana. Whether they like it or not, Nkrumah will remain the founder of Ghana. We shall continue to celebrate 21st September as Founders Day. They can celebrate their 4th August, but we, the people of Ghana, will continue to celebrate 21st September. Do you know why? Because you see, these people, they don't even know their history. Ghana, as we know it today, was put together piece by piece to form Ghana today. In the colonial era, Ashanti, part of the colonial era, Ashanti was not part of modern day Ghana. The northern territories were not part of modern day Ghana. Trans-Togo, Volta-Togo, whatever you call it, was not part of modern Ghana. It was the referendum that the Convention People's Party and Nkrumah championed that brought today that part which they say is seceding into Ghana. What was J.B. Dankwa's position? These Dankwa-Busia elements supported Tolimo, which was led by S.G. Anto, who said that that part of the Ghana should not become part of Ghana. How can they be founders of Ghana when they did not want German Togoland to become part of Ghana? And today, German Togoland is part of Ghana. These Dankwa-Busia elements. And if you doubt me, go back into history. When Busia became prime minister, Busia appointed S.G. Anto, the secessionist leader, as Ghana's ambassador to Togo. What else should I say? What else should I say today? The secessionist leader was appointed as Ghana's ambassador to Togo. That's a historical record. And they make so much noise. So much empty noise. Look, the vision of a united Africa, Nkrumah started implementing it. By February 24, 1966, when he was overthrown, Ghana was a confederation with Mali and Guinea. Ghana, Guinea, Mali was a confederation. It was a huge step towards African unity. By the time he was overthrown, he had signed an agreement with Patrice Lumumba of Congo, unifying Ghana and Congo. Unifying Ghana and Congo. So it wasn't just a pipe dream. And then you talk about, he was concentrating too much on the outside. He should have looked inside. We are black people. We are Africans. We are being discriminated everywhere. K.A. Gbedema, as Minister of Finance under Nkrumah, went to the United States of America. They would not allow him to buy coffee in a coffee shop. So the fight against racism was our fight. It wasn't other people's fight. The fight for the independence of African countries was our fight. That was his internationalist commitment. That is why he declared on the eve of Ghana's independence that the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of Africa. He did not hide it from us. Today, if you look at French-speaking African states, all their foreign reserves are lodged in the Central Bank of France. When they need money, they go to France and borrow their own money and pay interest on their money. This is what Nkrumah fought against. Is this looking outside or looking inside? Is this looking outside? What would you have done? You would have collaborated with the forces of apartheid, collaborated with the forces of colonialism and so on. Nkrumah said no to that. He stood his ground and fought them. And I'm so very proud that Ghana had a leader who stood for the liberation of the African everywhere and anywhere. You know, some of you, it's not your fault. You don't know the history. It's not your fault. You wouldn't know that by February 24th, the day of the coup, February 24th, 1966, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo was a member, card-bearing member of the Convention People's Party. You know how he changed? His father worked for those people. His father was part of those people. You understand? He was on a list of people to be arrested on February 24th, 1966. And he told me this story. It's not that I heard the story from somewhere. The current president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo, told me the story himself about how he was to be arrested on that day because he was a member of the Convention People's Party. You know how he escaped arrest? Family connection. Because his father was with them, they wangled their way and took his name off the list of those to be arrested. That's how he ended up with the Dankwa Buzia people, and today is your president. If Nkrumah did any wrong, Akufo Addo was involved. He was a card-bearing member and advocate of Nkrumah. Stop wasting our years. Nkrumah truly never dies. Nkrumah will be our leader forever because he continued to inspire all Africans engaged in struggle against colonialism in all its manifestations. And nothing, not this government, no future government can change that. 21st September is our Founders Day and will be our Founders Day forever.
Thank you.
Yo, it for winning and some way Kwasi Pratt, Jibia, Wamay Apakosem Ekakra. The president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo, in some way, the Akoto or no, or rejected completely, said Nkrumah, the founder of Ghana. Now, what they said to be now in the Tróuble. But I was to see me so, and I will hello. So, we will subscribe. One more thing I say, over subscribe to a channel. Sanse hadie latest and hot music and I'm the Bremo. Also, betting actually what Afriyie and some way now who ever comment boxing Mobati in my next video.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.